morning, everyone. Happy Monday. It is April 6th already. Lisa, Lydia with you here this morning. Scott is off this morning. A lot of people off today.
Yeah, probably.
You know, still from the Easter holiday. We'll get I want to talk about how much snow, kind of recap of the weekend, and then look ahead as well with Lydia's forecast. But of course, right off the top, I always like to remind you we're live on Facebook right around this time. Love it when you join us live. Leave us a comment. But it stays on your feed throughout the day, so you can watch it whenever it works best for you, or listen to it as a podcast. Just go to inform.com/podcast, look for the Inform Minute. I'm still trying to absorb. I know we want to look forward and melt this snow, but it's
what the heck just happened.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, weather whiplash. We had 50s to near 60 back on last Sunday, so not Easter Sunday, the Sunday before. We were, I think, still in the 50s on Monday. Then everything just kind of started to go downhill throughout the week last week. Had round one Wednesday into Thursday. Roads got kind of slushy around Fargo on Thursday morning. Then we got a little bit of a break, and then round two, which we always thought was going to be the bigger round, and sure was.
I know.
Really ramped up late Friday, lasting into the day on Saturday.
I hate to say this, but you know it's true. So many people wanted you to be wrong.
I know.
But you were right.
And I get it, because we had these spring teases. Like, no way.
It's not going to happen.
It's not going to, maybe an inch.
Well, it is.
I heard so many times last week, maybe an inch. We'll get maybe an inch.
They're telling you.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Like grocery store, out and about. That's what the vibe was all week long. And I was like, okay, but just remember, it might be more than that. 10.4 is the official reading for the city of Fargo, with an inch of moisture. So decently wet snow.
Heavy.
It got lighter throughout Saturday. Snow type started to change as the wind went around to the northwest and started to send in some drier air. But for the most part, it was pretty wet snow. Trying to recap some amounts for you off the top of my head. Jamestown had 15 inches. Lisbon had 17 and a half. Lots of spots between about 10 to 17 inches.
Wow.
So much snow. Sun came out. Yeah, in April, of course. Biggest snowstorm of the winter, and it happened in April. Sun came out as early as Saturday afternoon, and things just started melting. It was like a totally different day. Like 4 hours ago, we had 10 inches of snow, and you couldn't see, and it was starting to get blowy and gross outside, and then all of a sudden it was sunning, and things started to melt. Did a little more melting yesterday. I think we do more melting today. Lots of sunshine, maybe a passing cloud from time to time. High temperatures close to 30, so it's likely that we do stay below freezing. But it being April, we have the April sun angle now. That can melt snow with temperatures below freezing. So things will probably get a little slushy later this afternoon. We obviously still have deep snow on the ground around Fargo. Grand Forks is like nothing. They melted Saturday and Sunday. They picked up 4 inches in Grand Forks, but it melted pretty quickly. So there's a big difference if you're like driving I-29, for example, that you will find no snow up north and still a lot of snow down to the south. Wind picks up for tomorrow. Heads up, it'll be a breezy day for your Tuesday, gusting 35 to 40 miles an hour. Temperatures make it up into the 30s. We'll watch for a line of showers to move through overnight Tuesday into Wednesday. I think some of us wake up with rain on Wednesday morning. You might need the windshield wipers for your morning drive. Then a little bit of a break before we kind of get the backside of the low pressure system to swing on through. It's a little clipper moving across Canada. Could see a few flakes overnight Wednesday toward Thursday. Best area would be northern Minnesota. Okay. Maybe an inch for accumulation. That one I'll go with maybe an inch.
Okay.
That one, that's fine.
That's what we want.
We can do that. Yeah. Best area for that would be northern Minnesota. Temperatures are back near 50 on Friday, into the 50s for the weekend. Chance at a few showers, maybe even a rumble of thunder on Sunday, which would be like trading a spring weekend for a winter weekend last weekend, back to a spring weekend this coming weekend. Bouncing all over the place. Weather whiplash. We'll see what any thunder shower chance looks like as we get a little bit closer. But I do have hints at a warm up here as we get closer to the middle of April. So hopefully that was our last big snow of the season.
One.
It was. We might as well go out with a bang.
Yeah, we did.
A weekend wallop. All right, that's all. Thanks.
Thank you, Lydia. Okay, to our news headlines now. We're actually tracking breaking news for you out of Grand Forks this morning. Part of the very busy road in Grand Forks is now closed after a bridge was hit in a crash. The southbound lanes of North Washington Street are shut down between First Avenue North and Demers. Police say a state inspector must check the bridge before it can reopen. So stick with WDAY for the latest on this breaking story. Well, the snow cleanup continues this morning after a record-breaking weekend snowstorm, as Lydia was talking about. 10 inches of snow, some areas more, but talking specifically Fargo-Moorhead, Fargo plow crews were hauling away truckload after truckload of snow after those two systems moved through the area over the weekend, late last weekend to the weekend. Crews spent the night clearing east-west roads in downtown Fargo. If your vehicle was parked on any of those after 2 a.m., it may have been towed. So a big process of getting all the snow moved out of downtown Fargo. The finish line is in sight now for the FM Diversion project. Leaders say it's on track to be mostly done by the fall, ready to protect Fargo-Moorhead from flooding as early as next spring. The $3.2 billion project is designed to reroute floodwaters around the metro during extreme events. Final work is expected to begin once the ground thaws. You can read more on this story on Inforum.com. Heads up, Moorhead police officers are warning about an increase in scams targeting local businesses. Callers are pretending to be from a company's IT desk, claiming it's for asset protection. They tell employees there's a problem with maybe a PIN pad or a register. Scammers then walk them through a fake calibration process. And of course, before employees realize what is even happening, scammers can steal large amounts of money through credit card or gift card transactions. Today is the last day candidates can file to be on the June primary ballot this year in North Dakota. Candidates must file with the Secretary of State's office by 4 this afternoon. That includes primaries statewide, legislative seats, along with city elections. Candidates have until Wednesday afternoon at 4 to withdraw from the ballot. Write-in candidates can file until May 19th. City elections and statewide primaries will be held on June 9th. President Trump is warning of possible military action against Iran. He says if Iran does not reopen the Strait of Hormuz, the U.S. could target key infrastructure. The threat comes as Iran restricts the vital waterway used to move about 20% of the world's oil, of course, pushing gas prices higher. Iran says it will retaliate if the U.S. strikes. This all follows a U.S. rescue mission that recovered a downed fighter jet crew member in the region. Of course, a big story that we've been following for you as well. March Madness wraps up tonight with the men's national championship. Top seed Michigan takes on 2 seed UConn. UConn is going for its 3rd title in 4 years. Michigan is chasing its first championship since 1989. Tip-off is set for 7:50 tonight. Hot Mike with Don Mizzo coming up here 9 to 11 on WDAY Extra. Of course, he's talking college basketball as well as the season ends tonight, but he's also going to be focusing on the portal season. It officially starts this morning, so Don will have an update on who's coming and going for NDSU and UND. Hot Mike is live from 9 to 11 on WDAY Extra and Inforum.com. Remember, now's a great time to get that Inforum.com subscription, your all-access pass, all these news, weather, sports headlines. 99 cents a month for your first 3 months. It's a great deal. Check it out at Inforum.com/subscribe. And join us for our next newscast. It's coming up at 11 this morning. And then we have you covered this afternoon starting at 4, 5, 6, and then 9 and 10 tonight. And we'll be back tomorrow morning from 5 to 7 with more First News.